To install one card, you'll need a zip tie, this adapter cable. This end goes into the motherboard. This goes into a card, which then goes into the graphics card. That is said card. A cable to power the card, this little blue card. This cable. And that's it. So all of this will connect into the bottom. This end will go into the motherboard, and this will go into the graphics card, and this will plug into the power supply. Now I'll leave a lot of this connected for you. So this is what it looks like assembled. This is the locking thing. So just leave it in the open position to put the card in. So this will connect to the graphics card, this will connect to the motherboard, and this to the power supply. So if we get the graphics card, this simply plugs in here, like so. So here's with the graphics card out. Again, this card simply plugs into the bottom. And then lastly, on the graphics card itself, there's a power connector at the top. Some of these cables are 6 pin plus 2, and they go together, and the little piece just kind of goes underneath the bigger piece. I don't know if you can see that detail. So it's nice and flush, and that just plugs into the power spot of the card. So the card only really has two attachments, or two connections, the power and the card at the bottom. And then again, this thing opens and closes. So open, the card will fit in, and then once it's seated, you can close it. So to install, we'll start by shutting down the computer. So turn on the monitor, turn on the keyboard, so on-off switch there, and the mouse, there's a switch on the bottom, and standard Windows shutdown. If there's a password dialog box, I'll tell you what the password is later. And simple Windows shutdown, I'll just do a Control-Delete, and shut down. Okay, then we'll power off the computer. So easiest way, power supply. Just touch a lot of the metal, just get any spark away from you. So just run your hand over various metal things. And okay, now we'll install the card. Okay, if everything goes according to plan, you'll have a few of these. So that's the card that we looked at before, and there's the power supply. So this one will go into the bottom of the graphics card, and this one into the top. So for example, here's one installed, the card into the bottom of the graphics card, and the power into the top. So here's the card installed. It looks nicely seated, and it just kind of clicks in naturally, and then once it's clicked in, this slides forward and back. It's now in the forward lock position. Same with the power supply connector. It does have an orientation, so the side with the little clip is facing me at the moment. And that's it. And then down where it connects to the motherboard, you'll see there's a whole series of them. But yeah, it's nice and tight. Okay, that's it. Now we'll just power it up, and hopefully it'll turn on. So I'll hit the power switch, and then this one does start. If it doesn't start, this is like the power button. But yeah, that's it, starting up. and Windows. If I open the device manager, I now have 3 adapters. And if I start the mining software, which is this one. Now this is right after I put the third card in, and you can see here it still says 2 GPUs, and I want 3. If I click devices, it's only finding, it's doing something. Still only 2, but now let's start, and I'll restart the whole computer. And indeed, after a restart, it now detects properly 3 GPUs, and it says benchmarking, and then this is when it actually starts mining. And this is generally what we want. If I scroll through, I hit on devices. I've got the CPU is disabled, which is what we want. GPU 1 is mining, GPU 2 is mining, and GPU 3, the one we just added, is currently benchmarking. So that'll take a couple minutes. And here's what we want. At the end, we've got 3 devices mining, and now it's just time, shut off the monitor, shut off the mouse, and shut off the keyboard. Thanks for watching.